This full moon in Capricorn is bringing in true sky alchemy that no one is talking about. Because when you pair what's happening in the stars with the magic of the tarot, it's a major turning point for all 13 signs. And there is nothing ordinary about this full moon. The age of Aquarius has begun, and the universe is bringing in energy for Mother Earth and all of her children. Yes, that's us, you, me, all of us. So if you're new here, my name is Beth Hansen, and I'm a certified true sidereal astrologer. And I have been reading tarot since, well, it's been about 30 years since I took up the tarot. Here on this channel, we use all 13 signs. This is goddess astrology. It is true sidereal astrology, so it aligns with what's going on in the real sky. That means you can look up and see that the moon is in Capricorn. And I'm going to show that to you right now. This full moon in Capricorn is conjunct Pluto. Pluto has a very long orbit, and he moves really slowly, and he is in the beginning of Capricorn, as you can see right up here. As we look at the stars in the sky, we can see how the energy is working for us. Capricorn is a earth sign. Moon is a water and the flow of our bodies and our oceans and our tides. And Pluto is fire. And what's happening here on the full moon, of course, it is reflecting from the other side of the earth. From our point of view, it's reflecting the sun. And the sun is in Cancer. And that's the sign that the moon rules. But you know who else is there? Jupiter. And they're both at 8 degrees in the true sky midpoint method. It's an amazing connection. And it's something that is changing the way we look at the world right now, because Pluto is a disruptor and Jupiter is the optimist. He is the guru who is bringing in big energy around whoever is the leaders in whatever country, whatever field you're in. He calls in the leaders and says, hey, let's do this thing. Let's get together and have a time of optimism and bring our experiences in to this real world, because this is connecting a earth sign to a water sign. And with their relationship with Mother Earth, sending that energy down, that is you and me receiving that energy and putting it to good use. But also we can tap into Mother Earth herself. So you don't have to try and bring this in through your third eye or crown chakra and get overwhelmed. No, 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 no. You ground yourself in Mother Earth, you reach down through your spine and connect with light to the center of Mother Earth, and you get grounded with her. And then in the electromagnetic field that surrounds all of us, that is how we pull in this energy safely without getting overwhelmed, without getting burned out, without any like psychic explosions, just psychic growth. But before we dive into the deep end of this cosmic pool, I want to check in with you and make sure that you have everything that you need. So you'll want to have your true sidereal chart at hand. And if you don't have that, well, I've got a free chart calculator. The link is right down below. And while you're down there, grab the free PDF, Unlock the New Zodiac, and then I will get that sent right to your inbox so you can play along and navigate this incredible magical moon. Now, as I said, we're going to dive into the deep water, and that means Pisces. That's right. Pisces is bringing it. It is full of all kinds of energy. And because Chiron in Pisces, guess what? That is the healer and initiator. And right near that is Vesta. And Chiron is T square, our sun and moon, our Jupiter and Pluto. Big energy, being healed and being initiated into the sacred hearth here on Mother Earth, your home, which Vesta is the goddess of hearth and home. But it's not like this is mommy. No, 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 no. This is the independent female. This is priestess energy. She is not married. That is clear. Never been married. The Vestal virgins, they call them. Doesn't mean that you didn't have a little fun on the side. It just means that you are not under control of any man. You are sacred to goddess and the goddess Vesta, who is fire. Chiron is spirit in water again, and water is an element of that is associated with goddess, with the yin energy, with going inward. So we're going inward to find our true selves and to be initiated through the power of all of this. It is mind blowing, to say the least. Okay. And then we get to look at that other connection. This is where the full moon and Pluto are trine Uranus and Taurus. Guess what? That's another earth sign. Taurus is earth. Taurus is manifesting. Taurus is the mother goddess, ruled by Venus. Really powerful stuff, I'm telling you. And then sextile to the sun and Jupiter, which is a creative energy, but that flow, that trine, it's powerful. So we are getting messages from the outer universe, that rebel energy, that revolutionary mind changing us, because we are getting set for Age of Aquarius. Now, right now, the North Node is in Aquarius in the true sky calculation, and the South Node is in Leo. So we have this sovereignty thing happening on our root level, and then our expansion and our humanitarianism and our genius level outside the box, outside the universe, outside this dimension thinking coming in. It's powerful stuff. Like I said, I can't say that enough. Now, back to the deep waters of things, because here we have the Sun and Jupiter trine, Neptune in Pisces, back into the deep, deep water. And what's happening here is the sextile energy that's coming from the moon. That is the creative energy. But the power is that flow from Cancer, from so yeah, trines typically do match up in the elemental part of the sign. So we're talking about water to water. So Sun and Jupiter in Cancer to Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune is the big dreamer, working with the collective unconscious. We're talking Akashic records being accessed here in this holy space. And the creativity with creating something new out of this. This is what's helping to power up the moon. And that's the energy we have access to. Again, ground into Mother Earth, gather up that energy from the electromagnetic field, not through your crown chakra, because you will explode and you'll go off the rails. And that's why there's so many people out there who study the stars and go, whoop, 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 because they're trying to find something they can't. You can't find this in tropical astrology because the stars don't line up with their signs. Constellations and signs are the same thing in true sidereal astrology, okay? All this is being contained in what's called Barbo's basket, or it's a cradle. I call it the cauldron of Caradwyn. And Caradwyn is a powerful Welsh goddess of transformation, and I did a whole video on that. And I am going to be doing another follow-up video, because once this lets go, this connection between these two things let go, that is when things start getting wild. But that's not today. Today is getting you powered up, getting you initiated, getting you to level up, getting you attuned, getting your psychic centers up, getting your understanding of how the universe works. All of that is happening for you. And guess what? It's all in the cards. So you want to pull up your chart and look at your rising sign. If you know the time of birth, that'll line up. And then look at your moon sign. Those are the two you want to look at, as well as pay attention to Capricorn and Cancer here. It's amazeballs, I'm telling you. And now let's look at the cards. And because we are in the age of Aquarius, we don't start with Aries. That's old news. That's 2,000 years old. We're going to go with Aquarius. So for Aquarius, the card is Major Arcana, the Empress. That's right. The big kahuna goddess herself, the Empress. So incredible. Because Aquarius, in this age, we're counting it as connecting to the numerology of the one, the embodiment of this age in us, creating what we desire out of nothing. This is pure magic of the goddess, the Empress, and that's the power of three. And that comes into play in a big way later on as we look more closely at other things, but that's okay. That is what Aquarius is saying. So what she is doing is animating the power of the spirit of this age. So everything in Aquarius, if you have an Aquarius placement, and also we do have Rahu there, so that's affecting all of us. And this is about radical creativity. Rahu empowers and excites this Empress energy as well. With the energy of two during the age of Aquarius, we have Pisces, and this is the Two of Pentacles. Synchronicities happening right here. This is you finding your balance here on earth while emotions pull you this way and that. And your intuition might be trying to get you to go a couple different directions, but that's when you rely on the initiation of Chiron and Vesta, the goddess of the hearth, because you bring it home. This is literally bringing it on home in the physical and spiritual sense. And Saturn retrograde is juggling the tasks around in the 3D world, while Neptune in retrograde pulls you into that alpha state of the 4D world to help you manifest whatever you desire. It is going to be going back and forth with those two modalities and knowing that both are required, because as much as you can dream things up, until you take action, it doesn't come to be. So for anybody with a rising sign of Pisces or moon in Pisces, this is a powerful time for you in particular. Rising sign is the energy you're growing into in this lifetime. It is the graduation sign of when everything's done, then you go back to the shiny world up there and enjoy your next incarnation. So you're not finished with your rising sign, but your moon, whatever it is that you're connecting to, that is deeply emotional. This is heart level psychic stuff. So you're feeling it in your heart, you're feeling it in your body, because we're so watery. This is very much in the body for anybody with a strong Pisces placement. Aries, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So we've had the Earth goddess herself, and now we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is all about harnessing creative fire. So if you have an Aries rising sign or Aries moon, that means you've got water in fire. So that's just like the sense of bubbling energy, always bubbling up. Each step you take matters here. This is, yes, about taking direct action, but not charging forward really fast, because you are tethered to earth with that Knight of Pentacles to make things real, step by step. Slow and steady wins the race for you, my Aries children, with that Knight of Pentacles. And that is the energy of 3. 3 is the 1 plus 2 equals 3. So it's 2 people coming together, making something real and fabulous. So now we move on to 4. Taurus. Yes, Taurus gets the Ace of Cups. Again, we have that connection between earth and water, and that's showing up in the tarot. And now I did pull these earlier because I have an essential tremor, and you know what? You don't need to see that. So that's why I pulled them earlier, and they're getting put up here so you can enjoy them. All right. Ace of Cups is creating something new that will bring long-term stability. This is good fortune in matters of love, any loving relationship that honors fire, independence, as well as intuition and very mother goddess energy, because here we not only have Uranus, we've got Ceres, which is the dwarf planet, which is the biggest asteroid in our asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. So we're bridging that gap, but Mars is here as well at 30 degrees and Uranus is at 13 degrees. Remember, I told you those threes are going to show up. This is where it's happening. And honestly, if you're looking to get pregnant, this is the moon to do it in. Or if you're starting a new business or a new project, this is the time to put all your love into that and do whatever it takes to make things come together and be strong and fertile. Plant your seeds in Taurus and watering it with that Ace of Cups. Next, we have Gemini. Gemini is the 5th placement during the age of Aquarius, which we are in, and it is the 6 of Pentacles. We have a lot of manifestation cues happening here, both in the major arcana and the minor arcana. Pentacles are all about the physical manifestation. So, but Gemini is the mind, right? So this is all about the freedom and flow of words, about sharing a wealth of ideas. And because Mercury is now direct, he's able to connect mind to matter. And we're talking about instantaneous manifestation. If there's no doubt, it's going to happen. Okay. So, and also watch yourself and listen for inspired utterances and be grateful for all the generosity that Mother Earth is bringing to you right now. Now we are moving on to the sign that the sun is in with Jupiter, and that, of course, is Cancer. Y'all, it's number 6. 6 is as above, so below, as within, so without. It is time, space, everything inside of time, outside of time. It is time travel. It is working with space-time energy. 6 for Cancer in the age of Aquarius. That is what 6 is going to be vibrating to on the full age level, which is, a couple thousand years. So, let's bring it. But this, you got the Tower. Number 16 in the tarot. So we have 6 for Cancer, 16 for the Tower, but 1 plus 6 equals 7. So it's kind of like good luck and initiation, not anything you were freaking looking for. This is something that just like smacks you upside the head and says, nope, there's no going back from here. Whatever it was that you worked hard on and were building, it's gone. It's gone and you have to move on. Sometimes it can just mean that branches came down on your house. You never know with Cancer, because Cancer is very much, a homebody type of energy. But just so you know, the time you spent nurturing something or building something might be coming to an end. And this is where you start picking up the pieces for what you can carry forward and only what you can carry on your back. You can't bring everything with you. This is a new beginning. This is major life events around relationships, around the home, and even, you know, there's a sense of the sun and Jupiter coming together, creating that upheaval in order to break open your spiritual potential. And the more you say yes to the universe, the easier things are. You might think, oh my gosh, you're making me do things the hard way. Well, resisting the guidance of the universe, which is what the tower is, it's saying, okay, let's get real, folks. That tower is over. Whatever you put up on a pedestal, we're done with that now, and it's time to move on and do something new and different. Okay. So, because if this true sidereal astrology is new to you, I do want you to know that I do have that free PDF link down below. Unlock the new zodiac, and it'll tell you about the 13 signs and get you acclimated to all this good stuff. It's in the description below. And you know what else is there? There's a link to Zodiac Club 13. And what is that, you might say? Well, this is a private magical club for mystics, dreamers, and seers. This is where we are exploring true sidereal astrology and tarot coming together with 13 signs, making our magic in the world and supporting one another. So click on that link below and let's move on to Leo, Queen of Cups. So this is 7. 7 is initiation, transformation. This is like the seventh son of the seventh son. This is with it being the Queen of Cups. She is nurturing, she is beautiful, she is also walking on water here in this illustration by Stephanie Pui-Mun Law, or Stephanie Law as she goes by now. And because Venus is in Leo and Rahu is in Leo, we have some really powerful things happening. So this is the initiatory power of fire and water expressed through Venus here on Mother Earth. Think about that. The initiatory power of water and fire and Venus here on Mother Earth. So those 3 elements, fire, water, earth, because Venus represents that earth energy. And Rahu unlocks the gifts of the queens of the past. And you have access to that at this time because she is not only, Rahu is not only doing that, but it is conjunct Regulus, which is one of the 4 watchers. And this is the watcher of the north. This is the one that crowns you, that's crowning the goddess, and Venus is in the lead. She is guiding us through this. She guided us past Rahu. She is the first one to do that this time around in this cycle. And as such, she is really reigning queen, and it is all about the divine feminine and the priestess warrior queen all rolled into one here. If your rising sign or moon is in Leo, or if you are just connecting to that Queen of Cups, then this is something that you can hook your ladder on to climb up to the stars and get your own crown. Okay. Next, we have number 8. 8 represents the power. It is the power of the pyramid. It is the wheel of the year in pagan circles because there's the solstices, equinoxes, and then there's the cross quarters. And Virgo, the great goddess, earth sign. And with that, she has the Knight of Wands. Now, this knight is fire in earth and he takes action. He is full of charisma. He is full of doing the thing immediately and really going for whatever exciting thing is coming next. And with Mother Earth keeping you grounded, you can safely take some swift action because passionate messages are coming quickly. Whatever your passion is, even, it could be emotional, it could be a connection with a significant other. Whatever it is that is coming through for you, those messages, because all nights bring messages. They bring what the kings have to say. They travel around and they protect and they bring messages and they bring the news from their realm. So the realm of fire is meeting up with this realm of earth, ruled by, some say it's ruled by Mercury, but I don't think so. Ceres, because Ceres is Mother Goddess and Virgo is that type of energy, just so you know. And one of the other things that this is queuing up is creating a habit of acting on impulses that fire you up, because that's how you know you are moving towards your energy of becoming who you signed up to be, because it fires you up. You're excited. You might be a little bit nervous, but go ahead and take those steps, take those jumps, take those leaps. Go run around the block when you need to. Whatever it is you need to do, whatever is driving you right now, embrace that. And once you start saying yes to some more things coming your way, you're going to find your world changes quickly. Okay. So that is number 8. And that is the power that you're harnessing right now. Next, we have number 9. 9 transcends. 9 is beyond power. 9 is a divine number because 9, every iteration of 9 becomes itself, right? So Libra is the 9. It is the divine power. And you know who's here? The lovers. This is that intimate relationship. This is Major Arcana number 6. This is bringing into being from time and space our hearts, our spirits, everything is coming together, a union of and balance of the divine within. This is about creating intimacy and harmonious connections with the beloveds in your life. And this is your opportunity to have a deeper relationship and a deeper connection and a true meeting of the minds, because Libra is ruled by Mercury. So next we have Scorpio, and this is in the 10th place. Scorpio is the deep medicine. It is the transformation that comes from revealing what lies beneath, exposing the hidden, connecting with your magic, with this magic. And this is 10, which is the higher vibration of 1. So it's 1 and 0. It is everything and nothing. It is the embodiment and the embodiment of your higher self. So keep that in mind as I tell you, the card for this is the 3 of Swords. This is secrets coming out around relationships. It's going to affect people who are close to you. There's some heartbreak that happens, but the truth ultimately will set you free. And yeah, deep wounds are going to need to be healed, but remember what's happening with this moon itself. We do have that healing energy on the deep spiritual level with Chiron and Vesta and that initiation connecting to the moon and the sun. So all of that is available to you, Scorpios, rising Scorpio moon. And then, of course, next we have Ophiuchus at number 11. This is 1 and 1 coming together. This is the divine in you and the divine in someone else. This is the namaste moment, recognizing the divinity. And the card for Ophiuchus, the 13th sign, but it's in the 11th place in the age of Aquarius. So the Queen of Swords, a woman of quick and bright intellect, the divine feminine with wisdom, diplomacy, tact, and swift decisions, is activated on the soul and spiritual transformational healing level. This is whether it's the sword or the serpent. She controls the power of thought as the highest self. And here in Ophiuchus, Black Moon Lilith is here at 9 degrees of Ophiuchus, and she is square Venus and opposing Mars and Ceres. And Venus is also square Mars because Venus is doing the T-square dance with Mars and Black Moon Lilith. This is major energy that's coming through, and it is about really honoring women and women's voices and who has been shut out. Again, Venus is leading the personal planets through this transformation, broke through the Kalasapa Yuga, which was all fate all the time, by crossing the boundary of the South Node. And other than the moon, no other planet has done that. Number 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. This is the higher level of creative life force and energy. It is the divine, it is the 4D version of the 3D world. And Sagittarius, well, he pulled the Fool. 0, open to all experiences, and stepping into the divine philosophies and being excited about what the unknown might have to bring. It's a higher level of consciousness. It is a higher level of creativity, oneness, and reflection. This is a time for adventure and a time for a leap of faith. All you Sagittarius risings like me, this is a leap of faith moment, and it's all coming together for you. So this is super creative. It's a leap of faith. It is the Fool. It is coming with a clean slate and a beginner's mind to learn the higher philosophies and explore other cultures, other ideas, and whatever it is that fills you with wonder and joy. And yeah, there's a sense of naivete and innocence involved in this, but don't be silly, don't be too foolish, because that can get you into a big can of hot water. Don't want that happening to you. And last but certainly not least, at the 13th slot in our roulette of this full moon energy is Capricorn, and he's got the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords brings rest and spiritual healing. 1 plus 3 equals 4. This is a very stable, this is mental rest, mental healing. Oh, it is that place you go where you can retreat and be cared for. This is about creative flow and peace within and without. This is a time for whatever decisions you made in the past to create that sanctuary in your space and in your mind. It's meditative, it is restful. This is the moon being conjunct with Pluto, who's a big transformer, and receiving that grounded wisdom from wild Uranus, but in a calm and steady way. Chiron is prescribing rest and integration here, while Neptune is opening up the psychic senses. So after you're done with your resting, with your nap, you can awake to greater gnosis on the deepest soul level. So there's going to be quite a few things happening below the surface because Pluto rules the underworld, and the moon is shining bright and doing all of her things, but that Capricorn energy, that is about digging your heels in to Mother Earth as well. So this Four of Swords, look for spaces where you can find some rest and just know that you are cared for and you are loved, and you can clear your mind of all the clutter and escape the craziness that is out there in reality right now. Okay, if these readings have resonated for you in any way, shape, or form, and you want to go even deeper into what your own chart has to teach you and how to work with the energies, that's exactly what we do in Zodiac Club 13. And when you join, you unlock the real sky. And I've got a quick start guide to the true sky so you can tap into the stars and understand them for yourself. Plus, you'll join a community of some fabulous people, and we'll get you going with some great conversations, and the more, the merrier. So tag a friend and say, hey, come join me in Zodiac Club 13. It's only $13 a month to start. And now that you know what the full moon sidereal tarot alchemy has for your sign, what does Pluto in Capricorn really mean for your rising sign? Well, I've got you covered, because in the video that I'm going to put up here or here, one of the two, because when you combine that with what you just learned, everything is way more powerful. So I will see you in the next video, and blessed be namaste and all that jazz. Stay magical, my shiny friend.